This is TWiT.
So I want to say right up front that I get it, that not everybody is going to be concerned about this, but as an indication of where, practice and the law are colliding, I think this was interesting. And there is a sort of a little bit of a creep factor in this also. And I, tongue in cheek, I call this a cloudy forecast for the Weather Channel app. The city of Los Angeles has sued the Weather Channel, claiming that it's been posing as a personalized local weather data alerts and forecasts app, but they say, in truth, makes profits by tracking users throughout the day and night, selling their private personal location data. And I should say, that's my favorite app. It's the one I use. I like it. Even though it's not necessarily super accurate, I'm a little bit seduced by the fact that you can touch the today and tomorrow and see a guess about what the weather's going to be hour by hour, which is just sort of seductive. Anyway, this lawsuit, which was brought by, and I have it lower in my show notes, Dominic Venuto, I guess, he's on the other side. Okay, I'll just stick with what I have here. The lawsuit calls the weather company's practices fraudulent and deceptive, and says they violate California's unfair competition law. The TWC fails to disclose that it collects users' location data and sends it to third parties, the suit maintains. So the city of LA says, quote, it isn't about analyzing the clouds above our heads for a personalized weather forecast. Rather, it's about collecting location data for advertising and other commercial purposes unrelated to weather data, alerts, and forecasts. None of the marketing purposes of collecting geolocation data are disclosed on either Apple's App Store or Google's Android Play Store, and in their versions of the free app, which is also available in an ad-free version for $3.99, notes the lawsuit. Now, first of all, I didn't know you could buy it for $4 and be free of the ads. Now I'm tempted to do so, because you can see how concerned I am about being.
I guess you don't care, do you?
about being tracked. Yeah.
Take a look at Dark Sky on iOS. That's another very good app that does the same thing. IBM owns the weather company. This is an IBM company.
Yes, and they're not happy about being sued by this. What was the thing that was a little creepy is that in the lawsuit, they did some digging and they found that this Dominic Venuto, who is the general manager of the consumer division at TWC, admitted in an interview that, quote, if a consumer is using your product and says, hey, wait a minute, why do they want to know where I am? Because it isn't an organic fit with the app, you're going to have some problems.
But wait a minute. It is an organic fit with the app. It's a weather app.
Yes, but that's the point. The whole idea is this is about tracking your location under the guise of providing you weather information.
But it needs your location to give you the weather information.
It does. So yes, but his point is that so what they found.
I could see if I don't know, a music app wanted to know your location, which by the way they all do. That you might be, well, why does it need to know that to play music for me?
Exactly, and so that's the point. Is he was acknowledging that by being a weather app, it's not going to raise suspicion that they want to know where you are. And again, so that was the point he was making. So last month, the New York Times investigation found that the Weather Channel was, first of all, as we know, it's a big pack. As you just noted, music apps do the same thing. Was one of at least 75 companies getting purportedly anonymous but pinpoint precise location data. And this is what I heard you mention when you were talking about this earlier, Leo, like within feet of where you're located, from about 200 million smartphones across the U.S. In their coverage of it, they said they're often sharing it or selling it to advertisers, retailers, or even hedge funds that are seeking valuable insights into consumer behavior. As one example, a company known as Tell All Digital, which is a Long Island-based advertising firm, buys location data, then uses it to run ad campaigns for personal injury lawyers that it markets to people who are in emergency rooms. So the point is that the location data is that precise that they're able to determine if you're in an emergency room of a hospital, and if so, arranged, no, I'm sure in the whole advertising bidding deal, arranged to serve you personal injury lawyer ads because you may be in the mood for needing one at that time. So anyway, I'll just note that iOS gives us good control over when we are feeding apps location data, and that you're able to say, black out location data completely for an app, let it have us, let it know where we are all the time, or only while we're using the app. So, and I presume that means only when it's in the foreground and has not been put to sleep by, having been switched to the background. So, and for what it's worth, these things are very accurate. They're accurate to within a few yards, and in some cases are tracking us 14,000 times a day. So basically creating a continuous stream of where we go over time. So again, Leo, as I said, I'm thinking of deleting it so that I can purchase the $4 version and get it without ads. But if Dark Skies is doing the same thing, I will I'm probably switch to that. So it's Dark Skies?
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Okay.
That's the old forecast.io. And yeah, I think it's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
In fact, I think you might even like it better. And there's no ads.
I'm glad I got that tip.
Yeah,
I will check it out. And is it a for purchase? Or
yeah, I think it's a few bucks.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm happy to pay.
If you don't pay, you got to wonder.
Yep.
Who's paying?
Exactly. Somebody's paying.
Somebody's paying.
Exactly.
Yeah.